Hey everybody, I am back. All right. So, here we have something that it's interesting enough for me to make a little video about, and we are going to go back to the subject of her collaboration with the on the mark jumpsuit lady, Rita, which we will see in this video here. And our man Anthony is back, and then there's some other guy sitting in the room. I think she's maybe one of her beach rap buddies, kind of lingering in the background. I don't know that he says much here, but the main thing is, I am primarily interested or more interested in the videos where she is interacting, having the boyfriend things going on, and when she's trying to get like her nonprofit going. It's fascinating to me because, as I have mentioned in the past, I have had a 35-year career in the entertainment business, okay, in an artistic capacity. I've worked for most of the major movie studios, Disney, Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon, Fox, and also some non-union places. And parallel to that career, I started my own business. Okay. And this featured my own art. Okay. And I ended up collaborating myself, but through a proper legal licensing deal with a company that was able to get my artwork on a lot of different products. Okay. Because they had connections to overseas, Hong Kong production houses, and we sold all over the world. So, the reason why I'm kind of really interested in this is that here we have this lady she's put together a business, okay, and for however I might feel or question her, involvement with Daisy on any level, I still give people credit where credit's due. And she came up with an idea. Okay, it's the jumpsuit, as you could see from my last video. It's a very stretchy jumpsuit so that when women use the restroom, they can just pull it down. Daisy demonstrated this very thoroughly in the last video, and you don't have to wrangle around and take off the whole outfit. Okay, so that solves one problem in life. This is her. This is a little thing that she's already put together. See if I can get it going. Um, just to reacquaint yourself with her. So the point of showing you is that she came up with an idea. Okay, she's got a little backstory, divorced mom, three kids. I don't think she went through quite the same history as Daisy, which does she even know what happened with Daisy? Because would that change her mind trying to collaborate with her? But she had a bodybuilding, she was like into fitness. And then she switched to, okay, my focus is going to be creating a jumpsuit that is also all inclusive. So there's all body sizes, which is great. I also had clothing connected to my business, and I always made sure I had, extra large, whatever clothing as well. So I can understand this, okay, and I appreciate it. She's put together a whole website. She's got price points that are a little up there, but nevertheless, if she's doing well, then she knows what she's doing. And she already created a video that demonstrates kind of what Daisy was doing. Jumpsuit. So here we go. I mean, this is a little more
On the mark jumpsuit. On the mark's patent pending drop cut design is cut to be dropped.
Okay, so she's already got, a nice looking, simple, tasteful video, which already shows how it works. So I don't know why she needed Daisy to. Oh, but thank goodness she did, because we got to witness the thing. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of set the backdrop as to why I find this particularly interesting. I'm trying to get to, okay, yeah, this is the lady that we're going to see in the video. If the picture ever pops up, this is her, looking a little different these days. All right, we're going to move on to, this is a meeting. This is a meeting at Daisy's pad, involving the people that I just mentioned. All right, so let's start in, and this is where we're going to start dissecting things. This thing is almost 50 minutes long. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to stop at a certain point, and then I don't. There may be a little bit more I can add. Maybe I'll break it into 2 videos. Who knows? We'll see. Let's make sure the volume is right.
You guys
Okay.
figure out how you're gonna like take the video, and then you could do like an auction or sell it. And I believe that TikTok probably has somewhere you could be like where Daisy's wearable art.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Daisy's wearable art.
Daisy's really wearable art, and you could sell it, and then when you sell it again, she could get paid, and then everyone could get paid again.
So her latest scheme. I guess she's completely dropped the on-call therapists. Her and John are going to rush to help people that are in crisis. We know she switched gears. She is going to do. She's going to paint on the jumpsuits. Now these jumpsuits are almost $100 a piece retail. Well, the long-legged ones are. These I think are about $80. So I guess her idea is that she's going to paint on them and then sell them to people that are going to spend the money. And I don't know. We have to really listen, because I'm sure this plan has been thoroughly laid out with bullet points, and everything's been worked out. So it's funny to me to just watch Daisy, whose life is just completely screwed up, and is monetarily dependent on the government and yuppies to pay 100%, and her sycophants, pay 100% of everything. And she's going to she's sitting here and lecturing a established business owner about how we're going to do this. But she's excited. Nita, the jumpsuit lady, is all into this. That's the egg I'm trying to crack is, I'm a very kind of if you haven't noticed, I got a bit of a cynical side. I want to have things explained to me completely so I understand all angles. It's just, my personality. But this is also teaching me that you can be much more open-minded and succeed as well. I'd like to know what her sales are, what her numbers are. That
Yeah, we can figure that out. Yeah.
Some kind of partnership like that. And then people will can get like a discount, like if they buy this thing from Daisy that she painted, then you also get a coupon to buy another one for whatever percentage, and then it'll get them to try to buy another one.
Yeah, we should.
It's interesting because here's a woman who's completely dedicated her life as of now to rejecting money, and she has got this, complex system worked out here where we're going to get coupons encouraging people to buy stuff. But hang on, folks, because she does address this in a moment, or elaborates.
What I don't want, because I'm going to lose my following,
All right,
because they won't like this.
It's very important.
Goodbye, everybody. She's going to lose everybody because, see, she knows she's a hypocrite. So we're going to listen to a twisted explanation of how you can make money and reject money at the same time. There we go.
Yeah, so let me say what I can't do. What I can't do is I can't be like, okay, you guys, use the code Daisy10.
No, we're not doing that anyways.
Okay. But what I can do is I could say this. I could say, hey, you guys, it really meets my need for you guys to help those I love, because if you help these people I love, you're helping me.
See, all you have to do is change the wording and suddenly it's okay. As long as we don't mention that this is a capitalistic transaction, this is more just help me meet my needs, then it's okay, where we've moved it into a different category where I can accept it morally, and I'm still okay going out there with my bullhorn every day, bothering residents.
And if you love my art and you want to have it, typically I give it away. If you want me to give you something, come and see me. But if you can't come and see me, if you can't make it, you really like what I'm wearing, you gotta have it, you could buy it.
She's still wearing. I just noticed something. She's still got the tag.
And here's how.
She's wears these things with the tags hanging.
I don't mind telling my following, like, you're really supporting me if you want my art to go here and get it, because you're helping these people who I love, who are helping me. And without them, I can't create this thing, which is us coming together to help.
Right.
So if you help me, you help them.
I understand from her backstory how she used to make money, or who knows if she still does that way. I don't know. And be part of her healing to completely reject the greed and the materialism that I guess she was swept up in, because she was constantly looking for, a better deal and the rich men to give her, high end, high price stuff. So now this is part of the humbling process. We're at the bottom. We've tumbled to the bottom, but she's realizing that in order to get anything done in life, life's a trade. Trade is capitalism is an offshoot of trade. You got something I want, you got something, she's got something, and we trade and we have transactions. Doesn't have to be evil. I have gained great happiness, uh, joy, and growth through having a job in an art career. Money's not dirty. I can feed myself with it. It's okay, man. She doesn't have to do all this gyrating and twisting to justify it. But because she does, we're entertained by it.
I don't want a dirty dollar. I don't like it.
Right.
It's so weird. This woman is sitting there listening to the. Yeah, right. She agrees. It fascinates me. These people. She's got a website where she's pulling in dirty dollars and giving people their jumpsuits. Why bring that up, Daisy? Why? It's just it's the repetition. Always has
I'm meant to do that. I'm meant to be on the far end of the spectrum to show others they don't gotta show up.
The far end of the spectrum. Far end of the spectrum. I'm sorry. I know I'm stopping this video a lot, but that's what this is about. Is we've got to talk about it. She's at the far end of the spectrum. Hardly. She was sitting in a tent. Granted, this little flowy tent out on the beach. With tons of makeup, and clothes, like a different outfit almost every day. How is that the far end of the spectrum? There's people out there in Venice that are you're talking about, off the chart spectrum. So Daisy, don't, look at her now. Is she on the far end of what spectrum? She's perfectly fine.
And when I became a healer and people wanted everything to be for sale, I wasn't doing that anymore. I was healing.
They did?
I wasn't coming from fear.
Yeah. In that case, let me clear that Poppy.
But I do want our nonprofit to make money. I do want those we collaborate to make money.
Here we go. A complete contradiction. Nonprofit, I do want it to make money. Well, I suppose nonprofits have to gather money because you're supporting, but aren't nonprofits set up to help other people? Because this is set up to help her, which means it's a business. No.
I want those who are doing market economy.
Well, think of it this way: the profit.
But this is what I want.
Is going into.
Daisy, shut up and let somebody else talk for a second. We got to listen to how Nita justifies it, twists it, and kind of writes it in her mind so she can do this
organization.
Well, let me say one more thing about.
Let me say one more thing. It never ends. It never ends. Constantly having to talk and interrupt people. I couldn't. Well. I mean, she wouldn't be somebody that I would approach like for an artistic collaboration for many reasons. It's just the fact that you can't even have a real conversation with her. But we know this.
Market economy, how I see it. My values are not to destroy market economy. But
what the hell are you doing out there day after day after day with the bullhorn yelling, pushing, demanding, making, lectures about it, spending the last several years of your life trying to destroy it. But that's not what she's trying to do. Okay. I'm sorry. Let her talk.
I want our universal needs to be well met. And when there is a game, a treasure, a trinket, a star, a performer, or an icon, then you have the market economy.
Yeah.
But for entertainment, for clothes, for whatever, but I'm sorry, this is a trinket. If you really want this thing and I painted it and it's such a treasure and you haven't built relationship and trust,
right.
And I don't
want my drop-down technology jumpsuit with Daisy's drawings all over it. That is my treasure, my friends. I'll wear that out.
That's what the market economy is for, okay? I'm not so rigid that I'm going to be like, oh no, market economy is bad. Right. No, it could be fun.
Wait a minute. Where did this come from? I mean, this is all that we've known about her. All of her energy goes into rejecting. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. When I realize that I can make some money from these suckers, no, it's okay. Help me plant these date trees. And wait just a minute, because we're going to get to something really funny about those little date plants that she's talking about. This is good.
It could be good. So guess what? My friends like market economy. good for you, because I'm good at making money. And I don't like it. Yeah. So let me help my friends. Yeah. You guys
good
know
at
I'm
making
not about
money. I don't like it, she says with a toss of her head. But let me help my friends. All right, if I must help my friends make this dirty money, because I'm good at it. Now, you know what? She is good. She's good at, she's very self-sufficient. Look at her. She's got a place to live for free and everything else for now.
Money. I'm live streaming now.
It's very
you guys
true.
know I'm not about money. You guys love me for that because I always stay real. But if you want to help me, you'll help
She
my
stay
squad.
real? Whoa, look at this. Here's the magic trio. Okay, I want you to look. Here she's bending in, giving a smile. If this was a little sharper, we could kind of use this as a web page picture. Here's your team. Here's the team. We're going to wait for 1 year from now, September of 2026. Okay, we're going to reflect back and see where we were and where we will be then in 1 year. See if this is blown apart or whether, jumpsuit sales have gone through the roof.
You will help Anthony, and you will help Nita, and you will help Source.
There's the quiet guy there. Shala. Oh, he's there too. Frankie Shalala's there. Yeah, he's just quietly observing, I guess. So we'll leave here. Oh, is he wearing one of the jumpsuits? And you'll help all of the plants. You will even help my Medjool date tree right here. So don't hate on my rat friends, because I put that thing down and a rat came into my garden, dug a hole, and murdered this Medjool date tree.
Oh no.
This is just fucking absurd. I don't know what else to say. Daisy loves the rats. She went and, had her little crew collect the traps. I don't know if they actually did that. Did they get up early in the morning and do it? But she did, because she loves, everything has to, we have to coexist. Rats got into her little studios, what she's saying here, and they destroyed the thing that this is the nonprofit is about these date plants, and she's just admitting here she can't even take care of them because she just lets the rats come in and eat them, and they will eat plants too. Trust me, I know, because I'm also a gardener and I see what they do out there. The rats will eat anything that's food. All right. So, and she's just laughing. Oh, it's so funny. This is, what are you doing, woman? This is the nonprofit that you're giving her money, and she's letting rats destroy. I don't need to say anymore. Let's move on.
We were basically gonna have cotton candy growing on trees. So these cute little rats, this Medjool date tree survived. So if you guys want to help my friends, you could buy the jumpsuits I paint to help my friends. If you want to help my Medjool date tree, you could help us get permits for our garden, because I gotta have somewhere to transplant this, and we all need to be having gardens. Because guess what? You don't have.
All right, now we know the big plans. Why other people are building these big businesses that are going to offer services to help millions of people. She's got to get a permit so she can plant somewhere. She's still working on that idea. But if she allows, bugs and rats and things to get into the plants, that's why farmers use pesticides. I'm not saying I agree with it. Of course, if you could use organic pesticides, that'd be better. Her whole plan is just unraveling here right in front of these people. Our garden's not going to work. She tried planting chard in the sand. Remember that last year? She was showing it to the Santa Monica close-up guy. And there was holes in it because the bugs were already, and it was sagging. God, what am I listening to? What am I spending my Sunday morning watching? Okay, here we go.
Food waste got compost. Yeah. My babies love it.
Then we're not destroying
my babies love their food. So get your own babies and make life more wonderful, because when you give love away, and you can be on the end of the spectrum where you're like, I'm not so touchy-feely. Well, you still like to love. Maybe you like to look at the plants and smell them.
Yes.
Maybe you're not such a snuggler like I am. You just want to smell and be like, but everyone gets to enjoy it. And then you want to know what I say about the New World? We'll have this spectrum.
Do you want to know what I say? She prefaces things like that a lot. That's like the way a kid. You want to know what I did at school? You want to know what my friend did? Do you want? No, I don't. But I have a feeling I'm just gonna have to sit through.
Because the military has technology that they're going to make a ring around our planet, and it'll be rooted into the ground. So there can be a city in the sky in a ring around the planet. You could Google this. And the technology is here. We're gonna have a space elevator, and the space elevator will take people up. So what used to take half a day to travel will take 40 minutes. So this is all our new technology. AI.
You know, if a potential business partner was able to sit through this, it's almost, what are we at, 5.5 minutes? By the time she started talking about this, you know, I would think they'd be like closing their folder, putting their pen back in their pocket, and standing up. Well, it was nice to meet you, Daisy, extending their hand. But no, you know, Rita's still hanging in there. Nita or Rita?
Gonna do most
Nita.
of the jobs. So now we get to work on our relationships, our creativity, and our personal development. And we are not here to just do relationships.
Wait, 1 second. She's talking about the space government or whatever it was, building a ring around the planet and ground. And now where it's about back to relationships again. My point is, Nita's actually built something that's working. Okay. We'll see if it's a long-term thing where she's going to, you know, the sales will be steady and she'll expand. She's done it. And she's sitting here listening to babble, you know, this homeless style babble, you know, these grandiose ideas where there's no foundation. Daisy has no tenable foundation to any of her plans. In fact, you know, again, 0% success. And I can say that because I've been watching her, God knows why, for over 2 years now. So it comes with a little bit of experience. All right, we're getting to the end here where I'm going to stop.
God's work.
Well, that is God's work when we're expressing ourselves, right?
Well, I define God's work as the incredible positive change that we're here to bring.
Is that part? But does that happen, do you think, through taking the steps of the relationship?
Absolutely.
Yes, I totally agree. Well, I feel like I'm
going to stop it here because then she launches into, and my focus is more, I'd like it to be Daisy generally, although I did need to pull her into it, because she knows how to actually make a business happen. And but you know what, this is teaching me again, there's another thing, is that this is coming from whatever she's getting out of this, it's meeting some sort of emotional need. And it's not necessarily about business, you know, seeing the practicality of this. It's fulfilling something different. That's what I have to bear in mind. All right, we're going to move on to a little further ahead here. This is a little nugget for you guys who want to know what's going on with her and Big Ben. Are they still together? So we're going to find out. There's going to be a little bit of 411 going on here. Here we go.
And it's creating inflammation on your cells, and it's corroding your cells, and it's disrupting the signals, the neurological signals that we're supposed to develop in your logic centers, because your amygdala is hyperactive your whole fucking life. 98% of the fucking planet has a hyperactive amygdala.
Wait, where did she get that statistic? 98% of the whole planet? Sorry, I should have clipped this little later on, but here we go. We're almost there.
We're all in panic state. No fucking wonder there's so much
blood. I was wondering today. I was like, why don't we wake up and snuggle? We should all be waking up snuggling. My partner wakes up, he flies out of bed. I always wake up and snuggle him, and then when we're done snuggling, he wants to go back to sleep. But I'm like, why don't we not snuggling together, waking up together? Why are we not going to bed when it feels good and having our rhythms sync with the planet? We're getting warnings on our phone for tsunami. My body could feel what the earth is doing.
So she knows when the tsunami's coming. Okay, so we know now she called Ben her partner, and they are still sleeping in the same bed. However, he is flying out of bed. Okay. She doesn't understand. This is another thing. Notice how she is, once again, complaining about him. Something isn't in sync. Basically, it seems that if somebody is not exactly a mirror image of her, there's going to be problems. So not only does he not get up at 2 a.m. the way she wants him to, he just, gets up and gets right out of bed. He's not a snuggler. He doesn't want to linger. He's got probably a lot of shit to do at work, and it's his personality. It's called people having different personalities, Daisy. People are synced up with the planet in different ways. I mean, you drive down the street. It's been very hot here in Southern California. It's been over 100 some of these days. It's pretty hot. I see people out there jogging. They're jogging at 1, 2 in the afternoon, the roasting sun, and they're out there with this. I love it. They love it. I'm in my air conditioned car driving somewhere to do stuff I enjoy doing. These guys are out there sweating but they love it. So, am I supposed to expect everybody to get out? Come on, get in the air conditioned car with me. Let's go. You don't want to be out there, dying in the heat. They like to do it. Feels good, energizes them. When is she going to learn that people are not the same? It's okay. So there you go. There's your answer. It appears that they are still together in one form or another. All right, we are going to leave this business team alone to talk it out and figure out what the next step is. I'm going to stop the video here. There is a little more to this video. I think I'm going to finish that up in a separate one, and there's something else I want to add to the end. It'll be kind of a sandwiched video, so there will be kind of a part 2. And we're gonna see how this nonprofit pans out. All right. I don't even know if she's filed for, is it called 401c? I think that's the paperwork you have to do to be an official nonprofit, state your mission, and probably how it's going to be organized. Why do I have a feeling that didn't happen? But see, this is what Los Angeles is all about. You got the dreamers, but you got to have the doers. You got to have the people that are actually, functioning. This is interesting, as I said, because it's just how do you take somebody who actually knows how to, formulate, begin a business, who understands all that stuff, and then teams up with somebody who's just rambling 1 minute about God and, rings being formed around the planet and amygdalas being jacked up. 98% of us have a jacked up amygdala. And by the time I'm done with these videos, I know mine is. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, we're just cruising along. Summer's over here. You wouldn't know it. It's very hot. We're moving into the fall. So we're going to have more adventures. Daisy goes from being arrested, court cases, yelling, shouting, getting involved with businesses. I love it. Just on the go all the time. So once again, thank you for listening and watching. And I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great rest of the weekend and next week. See you then.